what's going on, guys? Chris Barnard here, Overtime Athletes. For today's video, what I want to discuss is entry into off-season. And more so, I want to talk about evals and assessments. Okay, so in the beginning of every off-season, as athletes start to trickle in, we do some baseline testing or performance assessment, as well as the muscular imbalance, strength imbalance assessments that we do. More so today, what I want to discuss is our baseline testing. Figure out where that athlete is currently at and what we want to accomplish each off-season. So for you athletes and coaches out there, as I'm doing this with my athletes inside the gym, I figured I'd make a video and kind of walk you through the process, show you guys exactly what I'm doing. You guys know, you've often heard me say, you can't manage what you can't measure, right? So we need to have a compass of where we want to go with every single athlete for that off-season, what in particular we want to accomplish, right? I'm a very results-driven coach, okay? If I don't produce results, it's not about getting a good workout in. It's about, at the end of the off-season, did I develop certain physical attributes that will translate over to the field, right? What metrics translate to your sport? That's what you need to determine. So depending on the actual athlete, depending on the sport they play, and depending what that actual athlete's weaknesses are, is how I start to formulate a plan, determine the metrics that we want to baseline test at, and then go ahead and get better at. For instance, if I have a guy I've been working with for quite some time, and he is, let's say, a baseball player and wants to improve his fielding. Well, one key metric that I might want to really focus on is his first step quickness or lateral change of direction. That might look like, on the power side, like a broad jump or single leg broad jump. It also might look like a lateral short shuttle, just to get that quickness in, measure it, see what the baseline is, focus on improving it, not the actual test, but improving it so that they actually get a better time, and I know that will translate, okay? That's exactly what we're trying to do. So what I wanted to go over today was a series of 4 simple categories, okay? Like I said, if I've been working with guys for a myriad of years, you're gonna see me get, I don't wanna say gimmicky, but I'll get more detailed and more in depth on the actual tests that we'll perform. Typically what I'll do is a general overview of what that athlete needs. Okay, so if I have a new athlete and we want to elevate their physical skills, I'm going to do a series of speed, lateral change of direction, power, and strength. Now again, this depends on the sport. Now, for instance, for a track sprinter who runs 100 meters, I'm not going to perform a pro shuttle with them. They don't need to do change of direction. That's irrelevant. So we want to choose things that will translate to their sport, again, like I said. Now, for me, I have a general consensus of what I want to do because most of my athletes are baseball, football, and basketball, but I just want to go over some of them with you. So for speed, we're talking linear speed. I'll usually, predominantly, the biggest one that I'll test is going to be your 10-yard. A lot of guys get into 30, 40, and 60. Now, if they have to run showcases or combines or have a pro day, obviously we're going to measure those out. But for the most part, 10-yard is going to be the thing that translates. A simple 2-point start, have them measure out 10 yards and have them perform that sprint. If I can decrease that, I know we got faster in their linear speed. Lateral change of direction, a couple of them. I'll test out pro shuttle. One that I absolutely love that I think is underutilized, and actually I don't see a lot of coaches testing it, is lateral short shuttle, because that's going to really determine your change of direction in the lateral plane, and especially with the quickness and how short it is. L drill is another one. I've done short shuttles where it's linear change of direction. We've done back pedal ones if I'm working with a defensive back. So like I said, it just depends on the actual athlete. Power, the standard ones that I do for power are going to be your vertical jump. Not only does your vertical jump obviously translate over, say for a basketball player, football player, a soccer player going up for a header, but it also translates over to your top speed, right? So I know that if you have a really poor vertical jump and our top speed and our linear is down, I know I can focus on that and build that up on your speed. I might not spend as much time on mechanics. I might spend it on plyometrics, right? Broad jump, this is your horizontal power. Single leg broad jump I love because I see it typically a lot of, if I see a strength imbalance, right? Meaning your right leg can jump a lot further than your left. That's something that I can bring up within the athlete, especially one who performs sprints. And then single leg lateral broad is one that I utilize for a multitude of sports, especially baseball, because then I can determine lateral force. And if I can elevate that, I can have that conversation with a baseball player at the end of an off season and say, hey, not only, this is a metric that we increased, but even then they'll see it on the velo, whether it be throwing or off the bat, if you have like a hit track or something of that nature. Moving forward, strength. Trap bar is a general one that I typically like to test, especially with guys who are just coming in for the first time. There's a certain number I like to be in between, around 2.2 to 2.6. That's not to say we stop there, but it's just I know we have sufficient amount of absolute strength. Trap bar is also an easy one to teach and start to elevate immediately. Now I might get with baseball players, do some kind of sumo work, might do some kind of a box squat, depending on the actual athlete. But trap bar is a real general one. Bench press at your horizontal, absolute upper body strength. That's another test. I don't usually do this with the baseball athletes, but with my football, basketball even, I'll do that. Squat, if I have a younger youth athlete, that's something that we can focus on as far as absolute strength and building up their squat. If we just need to get them stronger for this off season, it'll translate over to their speed and power. And then pull-ups. Pull-ups is more really for your relative body strength. It allows me to see, even if it's an athlete that we might not do as much vertical pulls, I can see where their upper body strength is relative to their body. So these are the general tests that I wanted to lay out for you that you'll see common, as a common theme that I test. Again, my biggest thing that I want to say is, everything in performance training it depends, right? It depends on the athlete, it depends on the sport, and it depends on where you want to bring that athlete, right? The biggest thing is that we've determined where their baseline is, week 1 or week whatever, right? And then we ended up, at the end of the off season, we've seen that progression. Reason being is because, again, like I said, it's a results-driven business. I can show you metrics that are going to translate over to what you're doing in your actual sport, not only from the perspective of showing them, hey, physically you've gotten better, but the psychology behind it. If I know my athletes are leaving for the season and they know I became a better athlete this off season, that's going to show up in their play. So you're hitting it on both sides, okay? So it's paramount that you establish each offseason where you're at. And a lot of guys get caught up in their weight room numbers and forget to focus on their speed and power, right? Speed, power, and change of direction are some of the better metrics because those are the ones that actually translate over, right? Strength translates over to speed, power, strength. Speed, power, and change of direction. Speed, power, change of direction translates over to their actual sport. Okay, so it's important that you guys understand that, and I just wanted to kind of rant a little bit about how we're doing baseline testing and what we've been doing over the years. I hope that helps. I'll see you guys next time.